we see how this poverty causes fights between Idemudia and his wife. You know how Davido sang in his popular song, "Love is sweet, oh, when money enter, love is sweeter." Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Uche. If this is your first time here, you are highly welcome. And for all returning viewers, I'm glad you still think I'm worthy of giving you book reviews and recommendations. You are highly welcome. Thank you for sticking with me. Please do well to click on the subscribe button below and turn on your post notifications if you're yet to do so. So guys, in this video I will be reviewing the book Violence by Festus Iyayi. This book was published in 1971 and it is set against the backdrop of Nigeria in the 70s. This book is set in Benin City. So for once, I am just happy that I did not read a book that was set in Lagos. I think I've had a whole lot of that, books that are set in Lagos, talking about Lagos. I live in Lagos, do not get me wrong, and I feel like it's oversaturated at this point, which is why I'm enjoying books. I'm reveling in books that are set in other parts of Nigeria apart from Lagos, aside Lagos. So this book tells the story of two couples, but the main couple that we're introduced to is Idemudia and his wife Adisa. So we see that this is a couple that is languishing in poverty, in penury, and it's really nice to see that as little as 20 naira, 10 naira, it's considered a huge sum of money. I would liken it to having 1,000 naira now, or like 5,000 naira. We are seeing Nigeria before inflation began to choke us in this country. We see that Idemudia and Adisa, they are very poor. Everything about them is so threadbare. They can hardly afford food to eat, so most times they survive on borrowing from their neighbors. Even their only child doesn't live with them because of how poor they are. Their only child is living with Idemudia's mother in the village, and we see how this penury, how this poverty causes fights between Idemudia and his wife. You know how Davido sang in his popular song, "Love is sweet, oh, when money enter, love is sweeter." So that is just the classic tale that is happening here. It's just that there's no money here. So Idemudia goes out to look for menial jobs. Idemudia at that point is not a university graduate, but at that point much value isn't placed on being university graduate, unlike now. But he did go to school, and he is a virile young man who has the strength, who has the capability to do any job. It's just that a good job is not forthcoming, so he has to rely on working as a laborer, and it's not as if even the laborer job it's readily available. He has to struggle with other people who are unemployed as well for these jobs. So he has a chance meeting with Queen, a very wealthy woman, a hotelier in Benin, and she invites him to offload cement in her hotel, and he comes along with 3 of his friends, and they set to offloading this cement, and she pays them. Before you know it, she decides to employ him in another site of hers where she was building a hotel. So here we are introduced to this other couple. We're introduced to Obofun and his wife Queen. So they are the perfect example of a wealthy couple. They have hotels, they run businesses, everything is going on fine for them. But with the money that they have, it comes with promiscuity. It comes with kind of like a nasty lifestyle where they try to prey on others, where they try to use what they have to get what they want. In the case of Queen would not bat an eyelid in sleeping with other men if it means that she gets what she wants. So we see her sleeping with her business partners just to avoid paying for supplies that are sent to her. And Queen is just that woman who is married, but she's living on her own terms, and her husband is in the know of these activities of hers. But I would just say they are married in name only. They've given birth to their kids and everything, so they are just all about the money, and the lives of these two couples become intertwined with each other. So Idemudia falls sick. He's at the hospital. We see how rowdy it is at the hospital. You can't even get good health care, and there's no money to even foot the hospital bills. And at that point, it seems as if Idemudia is facing a life-threatening situation, and there's still no money. Who will Adisa get money from? Then she runs into Obofun. Adisa is a very beautiful woman. Yes, she's a very beautiful woman. She runs into Obofun, who woos her and offers to give her money and help her start a drink business if she would just sleep with him. And we see the emotional turmoil that Adisa is faced with. You know that something is not right, but it's just against your belief. It is against everything you stand for as a married woman. But this is a situation that you would say, oh, if I just do it just once, I can be able to get what I want, since nobody is going to give me this thing for free. And we see oh, Jesus Christ. Reading about that part, I felt so sorry for Adisa, because now she has to give up her body to a much wealthier man, to a richer man, just to save her husband from the clutches of death. And there's just no means. They've exhausted every means that they have. They don't even have money. They can't even eat. Talk more of to pay hospital bills. And Idemudia got sick in trying to fend for his family. We see that Adisa regretfully gives in to Obofun's demands, and you see that Obofun and Queen, they just seem to be like a very weird couple. Both husband and wife, they know that, oh, okay, they're seeing other people, like they sleep with other people, but everybody just, each of them, they're just minding their own businesses, and so far you're not disturbing me, I'm not disturbing you as well. So their own couple dynamic is just crazy. It's just a whole lot of craziness. So Adisa was finally able to get money, and with it we also see Adisa's cousin or relative who prompts her to leave her husband. Like she should leave her husband and go set up somewhere else where men can come and give her money, kind of like advising her to go into prostitution, but kind of like a sugar baby kind of prostitution, yeah, because she's telling Adisa that you're very beautiful, you're young, don't allow this man to ruin your life, he's not providing anything, like. But Adisa deeply loves her husband. The thing is, they were not childhood sweethearts or something like that. I think it was when Idemudia was ready to get married, his mother sent him a wife from the village. We see a lot of that happening in the olden times, and this is one of the moments that is captured in this book that I'm really appreciative of. It's rather regretful that Adisa gives up her body to another man other than her husband for her husband's hospital bill, and in the end we see that this could have been avoided because his friends actually came up with money for his hospital bill. So it was just crazy. At that point where she's ready to pay the hospital bill, she has gotten money, and his friends are there showing up for him with money of their own to offset the hospital bill. So it's just an evil that could have been avoided, but it just seemed like it was unavoidable at that point because she was at her wit's end. So now for Idemudia and Queen. So remember that Queen works with Idemudia. She employed him to do one menial job for her. So this time around, she was having issues in a construction site. Like she fired some of the workers that stood up to her, demanding for an increase in their wages. So she brought in Idemudia and his friends, and she decided to make him a foreman because Idemudia has this quality, this leadership quality. He has this charisma where people want to, listen to him, like his fellow workmates, they want to listen to him, and he's able to organize, just this leadership quality, or he's able to organize them, to rally around, make a decision, and it all. And when Queen notices that this is what is happening, like you can easily pinpoint Idemudia as maybe a leader of the group, an unofficial leader of the group, she invites him over and tries to seduce him in proper Queen way, and this is not working. Idemudia showed such resilience, and this is quite commendable because in something that you're doing with group of people, that you're doing in public, you just do not want to make any mistakes so that you do not end up giving yourself a bad name. At this point, it just showcases what it meant to have a good name, and it just goes to say that a good name is indeed better than riches. So Idemudia refuses Queen's advances at him, and Queen is miffed because this is unlike what she's used to. No man rejects her. No man has ever rejected her. Queen is very beautiful in her own right, but here is Idemudia rejecting her, and this thing just makes her just lose her mind. And that's where she reveals to him that his own wife that is there being faithful and loyal to is actually sleeping around, like she slept with her husband. So what does he have to go back to? Why is he being so elusive? Idemudia asks what will happen if he sees that his wife has slept with some other man, and it's like he will kill her. And Idemudia, in light of this new information that he had gotten for Queen, he goes back home, he confronts his wife, and things take an unexpected turn. That was not the ending I was expecting, but I was glad it ended that way. I'm not going to tell you the ending. Go and read the book. Go and read the book. I don't want to give you spoilers. No, I need you to enjoy the book. I need you to revel in the book. I need you to enjoy the book. That's why I'm not going to give you a spoiler. I'm not going to tell you what happened in the end. But now, it just puts a lot of things into perspective. It just puts into perspective the love, the unwavering love that Idemudia and Adisa have for one another. Yes, theirs is an imperfect love, so it's not perfect. It's not as perfect as how love is described to be. It's imperfect. There's even cases of domestic violence. Yes, Idemudia and Adisa, they fight, he beats her up, that kind of thing. They have their own violence there, but this is actually very original. See, if you are looking at things back then, before the awareness on domestic violence came about, and there had to be a new wave of unlearning and relearning things. This is just the basic reality of what life is here in Nigeria, and how this imperfect love seems to be what was available then. Yes, what was available then. Yes, this is just the reality of things. We get to see Nigeria, we get to see the bad government, we get to see everything that is wrong with Nigeria happening, and this book is actually one enjoyable read. It's perfect if you're looking for something nice to read, something thought-provoking. And it tells a very simple story against the backdrop of the harsh realities that are inherent in Nigeria. So guys, let me know, have you read Violence? Do you plan on reading it? Are you going to put it on your to be read list? Let me know in the comment section below. And just so you know, this is not the first time I'm reading Violence. I'd read it when I was in JS1. I think I was in junior secondary then, JS1. That was when I read the book. And I just feel like reading it for a second time now, I just have this eureka moment, this vibe of understanding the book more, like setting it against different experiences and other works of fiction that I've read, and even the present reality in Nigeria. So this is definitely a 5/5 book. Like, I really love this book so much. I enjoyed reading it. It is really, really good. If you've not read Violence by Festus Iyayi, I do not know what you're waiting for, but please, I'm urging you, pick up that book and read. Yes, it is classic. It is one of those books that I do not want people to forget. Like, I could literally put it in your face. Go and read Violence by Festus Iyayi. It is that good. Guys, the books that were written in the 20th century by African authors, guys, those authors of old, they knew their onions. They know their onions, for those ones that are still alive. And yes, even the new authors here, but the main focus is on the authors of old. So if you've made it to this point, thank you so much for watching. Please do well to click on the like button, like this video, leave your comments in the comment section below, share this video with your friends, and do not forget to click on the subscribe button so that you are subscribed to this channel and you get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my very next video. Please try and read more books. Reading is fun. Reading is life. Bye.